Okay, Luke. Going to stick with clean tech space, but only because I know there's one stock in this area that you actually don't like, and we haven't talked about it for a while, and that is Tesla. We've been over the Tesla bear thesis before, and things have played out almost exactly as you've said. But can you briefly restate that bear thesis to refresh our memories, and also update us on whether or not we should stick with the Tesla short?
Yeah, Tesla's come crashing down, hasn't it? So the original Tesla bear thesis went something like this. Tesla was the first mover and essentially only viable player in the electric vehicle industry for a long time. And they were the first to figure out how to make a cool looking, semi-affordable electric vehicle that could be mass produced. And that was the Model 3. And that's what sort of put Tesla, as the company that it is today, made Tesla the company that it is today. But since 2019, when that ramp really happened, a lot of competition has come into the fold for Tesla. The legacy autos have electrified significantly and are continuing to electrify significantly, whether it's GM, Ford, Volkswagen, Toyota. Although Toyota is doing more hybrid and hydrogen stuff, but BMW, Mercedes, all of these brands are electrifying. So both, budget brands and luxury brands. And then at the same time, a whole swath of new entrants are coming into the market trying to challenge Tesla's supremacy. Rivian, Lucid, Canoe, Fisker. And a lot of them, Fisker, Rivian, and Lucid specifically, are ramping production pretty nicely and starting to see Rivians on the road, starting to see Fiskers on the road. So, that's a thing. So basically, Tesla went from being the only option in the electric vehicle market, really the only option in the electric vehicle market 2 years ago, to being one of several options in the electric vehicle market today. That implies significant share erosion. Granted, the pie of electric vehicles, that pie is growing, but Tesla has been losing market share and will continue to lose market share at a more significant pace over the next few years as these companies, Ford, GM, all those guys are only going to increase their investment in electrification. Their portfolio of EVs is going to grow exponentially. Rivian's production is going to grow exponentially. Lucid's production is going to grow exponentially. So if all of those things are growing exponentially, then that means Tesla's share losses have to increase exponentially. So that is a basis upon which I started my Tesla bull thesis and kind of said, to be clear, we were one of the first bulls on Tesla. We got bullish back when, Elon Musk was calling cave divers pedophiles. Way back, I don't know if you remember that scandal, like 2 or 3, like 4 years ago now, long time ago, I forget, but it was this huge thing, and everyone's like, that man can't sell cars, and we were like, it's going to be okay, like, this is the only electric vehicle in the market. We were bullish on Tesla when nobody else was bullish on Tesla, and we rode the train, the rocket ship really way, way, way higher, and then we sold, and we're like, we're done. Like, no, this growth story has run its course, it's peaked, and now it's time for it to come back down. And it has come crashing back down. So that was the original bear thesis. Now the stock's come down quite a bit. And normally I would say, okay, take profits on the short, move on, because the bear thesis has played out. But the bear thesis is actually getting stronger. And the bear thesis is getting stronger because Elon Musk is the takeover of Twitter and his injection into the political realm almost is not a good move for Tesla. Tesla's losing a lot of customers because of Elon. I think Elon's behavior is causing a net loss of customers. I believe it is gaining some customers, but it is losing more customers. And I think all those customers, if you had a Tesla Model S or a Model X or a Model 3 or a Model Y, those are potential repeat customers. I think a lot of those people, after buying their Tesla, are now going to go and buy a Rivian, or going to go buy a Lucid, or going to go and buy a Ford Mustang Mach-E. I think they are going to branch out. And so I think that the bear thesis of Tesla market share erosion is strengthening because of things Elon is doing, because they don't really have like a direct CEO, right? They do. It's Elon, but he is spread. He owns 5 giant public companies. Like he is still a human. At the end of the day, he still is a human. He's stretched very thin. And so I don't know. I mean, if I'm going into war, which is basically what Tesla is going into right now, they're going into war with every automaker because now every automaker is on their playing field. If I'm going into war, I want my general, my commander to be all in with me. I don't want him to be like kind of paying attention to that and then watching Thursday Night Football at the same time. Like that's kind of what's going on over at Tesla is, and I think some of the employee morale is breaking down. I don't think it's a good situation at Tesla right now. And because of that, I think the stock can continue and will continue to crumble, even though the electric vehicle sales pie and electric vehicle megatrend is going to remain very, very strong and continue to grow significantly. I'm just not bullish on where Tesla is. Can they regain momentum? Absolutely, but it's going to require some significant changes. That Cybertruck's got to get up and going. These semi trucks have got to get up and going. You have to get Elon more focused and or have him step to the side as a co-CEO and bring somebody else on as the real kind of day-to-day operations person. So I think there's a lot of changes that need to happen there for them to regain momentum. And until those changes do happen, I think the stock is a dead duck and will continue to fall in the manner that it has fallen over the past, 12 months. I mean,
setting aside,
just time out. What's really notable about Tesla is that yesterday was a 95% update for the market on Monday, and Tesla was down 6%. And then today, when the NASDAQ was up 3.6% or whatever, Tesla was flat. And I think last I checked, Tesla was down another 5% today. So the stock is showing significant weakness in the face of broader market strength. That's really bearish action out of a mega cap tech stock. When a mega cap, like when a small cap does that, you can liquidity, some big buy order, somebody fat fingered it, whatever. When a mega cap tech stock with as much liquidity and volume as Tesla does that, significantly underperforms in big upmarket days, crashes on big upmarket days, we got problems. Houston, we have a problem. And I think that's what's going on at Tesla. So I just wanted to end it on that note because I think recent price action is very bearish.
Important point. Setting aside Elon Musk and kind of considering that that Tesla has all this competition coming in from all sides when it comes to EVs, does your bear thesis translate into their other sector with energy, like the charging wall? Is that same thesis where, as more of this technology becomes readily available, that they're going to get hurt just as much on that side as they are on the EV side?
Yeah, so I think that's the one thing keeping Tesla afloat, and the one reason I won't get too bearish on them is because I think the energy side of the business, not the solar side, but the energy storage side, Megapack and Powerwall, I think are scaling very nicely. The growth numbers look very good over there. The demand backdrop is very strong, and I think Tesla owns the residential energy storage market with Powerwall. Megapack, I'm a little bit less bullish on because I think there's a lot of competition with Fluence and a couple other names in the space. But I think Powerwall, when I look at residential battery energy storage systems, Powerwall is it. That is the one. And so I think Tesla owns that market. Growth there will partially offset market share erosion in the electric vehicle market. But at the end of the day, this was a $1 trillion company that was making cars. And when you're a $1 trillion company that's making cars, you need to execute flawlessly and fire on all cylinders in order for your stock price to work. So even if the energy storage business here does very well, that's not enough to get the stock to work if the EV business is not doing as well. So will that market share erosion extend into other parts of Tesla's ecosystem? To some, yes. To others, not. But for the stock price, I don't think it matters. The stock is still expensive enough to where all of those cylinders need to start firing. And if even just one or two of them are not, the stock will not work. And the more that are not, the more the stock will fall, or the farther the stock will fall. So that's how I see Tesla and its other businesses right now. It's also worth noting, I think, that when you talk about, they do sell some at-home charging things, not the at-home battery, not the Powerwall, but at-home charging things. Fisker partnered with Wallbox, and Rivian, I think Rivian has their own. I think Lucid has their own. So as these other EVs start to gain market share, then presumably because they're selling different chargers than Tesla, they will also gain market share in the residential charger market. So that's share erosion in the charger market as well. So as goes the EV business for Tesla, the core EV business, so goes about 80% of Tesla. And until that turns around, it doesn't matter how strong the energy storage business is. I think the stock will struggle.
Thanks for watching HGI Clips. For the full episode, head on over to our sister channel at Hypergrowth Investing by clicking the link in the description or listen to the podcast on any of your favorite streaming platforms. We make new episodes every Wednesday, so make sure to check it out and subscribe to never miss any of Luke's Hypergrowth insights.